and welcome to Chartbusters. We're just an hour into trading session, but good to see the Nifty's at least holding in the green. We're up close to around 25 points. Briefly, we had moved into the red. The Nifty Bank as well fighting back. Now, in fact, it's up close to around 100 points odd. And the mid-cap index, well, after a couple of days of underperformance, that at least is doing a very marginal outperformance currently, up 0.3%, though the advanced decline ratio is still in favor of the declines. I'm Nigel D'Souza, and with me, as always, Manglam Malu. Hey, Manglam.
Hi, Nigel. You know, you spoke about the mid-cap index outperforming, but the nature of stocks which are moving is something that we'll have to keep an eye on because, as our ticker team is alerting us as well, all of the ADAG group stocks, Reliance Infra, Reliance Capital, Reliance Power, they are coming off lows. We have that scheduled conference call that Anil Ambani is likely to address. So, as a result of that, the street is excited. PC Jewelers, we were talking about this right outside. You know, it's recovered about 20% from the lows. And there you have the ticker team talking about that as well. So 20% from the lows is for PC Jewelers. But mind you, like you said, it's down 20% from the start of this month itself. So PC Jewelers, the intraday and the entire month chart should come up for you. Today, it's up 20% from the lows. But for the last 1 month, it has actually corrected about 20%. And from the frontline indices as well, Z Entertainment Enterprises, that's the one that should come up for you. Suddenly making a bit of an up move. Remember, the stock has been under pressure for the lack of a deal that has come in yet. So a bit of an up move there. So we'll keep an eye out on what pans out. First up,
what about Manglam 63 moons? You're just highlighting stocks with which haven't been great performers and are up today. The stock was down 5% earlier today. Now it's gone to the moon. Suddenly it's up close to around 10% from the low. So some of those stocks that are moving are some of the biggest underperformers. That's the short point we're trying to make out there. It's just alerting our retail audience. Be careful out there when you're dabbling in some of these mid and small cap stocks.
Yeah, not to forget Infibeam. That's the one. How could we forget that? Infibeam is the one that should come up for you as well. 8% off lows. So yes, the quality of these stocks a little circumspect. We'll keep an eye out on how this pans out. First up, all the top stories. Then we get cracking on all the individual things that we're tracking this morning. Indiabulls Housing Finance, the highest loser on the Nifty, among the topmost loser, trades lower on allegations of fund siphoning. The management, however, clarifies to cnbc TV18 that this is a part of a well-orchestrated conspiracy against the company, and the allegations of siphoning 98,000 crore rupees from the company is ludicrous.
An IndusInd Bank and Bharat Financial trade higher today after the NCLT gives them a nod for merger.
Jet Airways in focus today. Sources tell cnbc TV18 banks yet to hear from the Hindujas and Etihad on the final offer for the beleaguered airline, but they are hopeful of hearing of a bid this week.
And Sterlite Technologies surges in trade after the promoters release pledge on their stake. The management remains optimistic on the business. Tells CNBC TV18 the company will generate cash flows to the tune of around 600 to around 700 crores in FY21. Okay, all right. Well, from the mid-cap space, you are seeing certain stocks that are moving higher. So there's a fair bit of action out there. Dish TV, that's the other one that's moved high in the last few minutes. So keep an eye out on that one as well. How do you trade the Nifty, though? Will this 11,900 level hold out in the near term? Ashwani Gujral joins in to give us his trade on the Nifty. Hi, Ashwani. Good morning. How would you trade the Nifty? It's in this tight band of around 100 points approximately, moving to around 11,850, and on upper end closer towards 12,000 or 150 point range. What's your trade?
See, the market remains sideways, and you are not getting large moves. So in the morning, financials went lower. Now the financials are coming back a bit. So there is no directional trade on Nifty or Bank Nifty. It's just that you go to one of the boundaries, 11,800, 850, and you find buying there. And anything above 11,950 tends to find selling. So basically, what you are looking at is short covering and cutting of longs, and that's what is taking up these the stocks which were under the hammer till yesterday. What we can see is that PSU banks are finding some buying at lower levels, so that would be a good trade right now. Canara Bank is a buy with a stop of 257, target of 272. BOB is a buy with a stop of 117, target of 125. And IndusInd Bank is a buy with a stop of 1770, target of 1810.
Right, Ashwini, you've given us a call on all the banks as well as PSU banks itself. A word on the FMCG stocks, because as we speak, Colgate is all smiles. We have Pidilite, which is at the high point of the day. We have Asian Paints also doing fairly well. Now, ahead of the budget, as well as the fact that, the monsoon has come in, do you think there is a case for the FMCG stocks now, or maybe just stay away?
See, there is mild outperformance, and which means that while other stocks go down 7, 8, 10%, these guys like Bata, Titan, etc., they go up 7, 8, 10%. So that way, relatively they are stronger stocks, but nothing unusual. So unlikely that they can make the Nifty break out in a hurry.